BBC Radio Scotland, the UEFA Conference League, Cercle Brugge against Heart of Midlothian, Alan Preston, Neil McCann and Andrew Petrie.
Thank you very much, Richard. Good evening. Welcome to Bruges. Our Hearts could effectively seal their place in the knockout rounds of the Conference League with what could be a famous win in Belgium. 7 points are the target. Hearts are already sitting on 6. And a victory all but assures European football after Christmas. The last time Hearts managed that, 1989. Well, it's not Bayern tonight, it's Bruges, Cercle Brugge to be exact. We've already covered them on Sports Sound this season as they knocked Kilmarnock out of Europa League qualifying. And it wasn't an easy 2 games for Cercle in the summer, and it's not gotten any easier since. They sit in the relegation playoff zone in the Belgian Pro League with 4 wins from 15 games. Hearts sit 11th in the Premiership with 2 wins from 14 games. Cercle's star striker Kevin Denke is suspended. Hearts star striker Lawrence Shankland has 1 goal in 19 games. Cercle have lost their last 2 to Anderlecht and Standard, but performances were improved. Hearts have lost their last 2 to Celtic and Rangers, but performances were improved. The similarities between the two are certainly eye-catching, but how will they match up on the pitch? As Lawrence Shankland waits to trade banners and shake hands with the opposing captain is Thibaut Sommers, Mr. Cercle Brugge. I'm sure we'll talk about him at some point this evening. Kilmarnock fans won't thank me for that. He scored against them earlier this year as the referee Elchin Masiev from Azerbaijan takes the toss. Handshakes all round. Yes, it was a great start to life under Neil Critchley for Hearts. 2 wins from 2, a 4-0 thrashing of St Mirren, and a confident 2-0 win over Ammonia Nicosia, but it's not been as easy since then. 1 win in the last 6, courtesy of a late Kenneth Vargas strike against St Johnstone. Means the early optimism that heralded the new coach's arrival has been quietened since. A win tonight, though, would bring the fanfare back as we near kick-off. Cercle Brugge in their black and green stripes in a huddle in the middle of the pitch in Jan Bredel Stadium.
It certainly sounds as if it's the Hearts fans that are making all the noise. You can hear that. I mean, it was crazy because the tickets went up for sale. You had to have so many loyalty points. They went, and then they said, we've asked for more. They went, and we've asked for more. They just kept asking for more tickets. And as I said, there are a couple of thousand out there without tickets as well, so it's a terrific away support tonight.
At least 3,000 Hearts fans in the ground. I'm sure there's probably a couple more as well as we get underway in Bruges. Hearts kicking off in there, I'd say kind of custard cream sort of third kit. I think that is. I think
I'll
that's
give you that. I'll give
You're even in a cup of tea there, Andrew, as well, aren't you?
Adam Forrester with the throwing on the far side. He's Neil Critchley's go-to right back in European fixtures so far. His Hearts just knocking it around the back under a bit of early pressuring of the ball away on the near side. The two sides sizing each other up in the early stages as Miron Muslic gives his Cercle Brugge side a bit of early encouragement. Diakite into the middle, it's lobbed forward. Kai rolls and Frankie Kent try to deal with it. Kent fouled, but play goes on. And Danda inside to James Penrice, but it's not properly cleared, and Cercle have the ball back. Both sides just trading possession at the moment. Comes out to Adam Forrester, tries to clear and wins the throw.
You can see how aggressive they are in the early stages. I mean, we spoke about it before the game. Andrew was saying about that they're a very old-school, typical British approach where they just put bodies forward. They don't try a slow build-up. You can see there's 7 or 8 bodies are committing to going forward, and that's where Hearts might just get a bit of joy with the pace of Vargas, Penrice down this left side.
Well, Hearts have the ball back around the halfway line. Comes out to Jan Danda, who looks to have started this game on the left-hand side, so it does look like Hearts are playing that 4-2-2-2 that we predicted they would, instead of a 4-2-3-1. The ball comes back to Adam Forrester. He chips it long, being chased by Alan Forrest. Well picked up in the end by Sena Miang. It's flicked on, and this could be a chance. Cercle Brugge trying to come in behind. Brunner gets it out wide. The ball slipped into the box. Thibaut Sommers tries to turn. It's deflected, and it goes into the side netting. Thibaut Sommers coming close there early on for Hearts, who are picked off rather easily there.
Yeah, again, working down the right-hand side. It's a really good run into the box from a deeper position. He's trying to maybe fire it across the goals rather than a shot on target, but it takes a deflection. But yeah, just a warning shot early on that they will take chances, they will take risks. We'll get plenty of numbers into that 18-yard box.
Well, it's been a while since Cercle Brugge scored. They've not scored in their last 3. They've got a chance now from the corner. It's an outswinger from the near touchline. It's delayed in coming in. Eventually floated into the middle. Bouncing at the back post, and Craig Gordon just watches that one wide. Bit of a half chance there for Cercle early on. And it's played out quickly by Craig Gordon. Just Adam Forster and Hearts. Somewhat contrasting to their Belgian hosts, just trying to play out from the back instead of going direct. And they've lost the ball from that goal kick. They've picked it back up on the halfway line though. It's Forster trying to come forward. De Wilde's gone down. Seems to be holding his face, Nils De Wilde. It was a surprise start in that Cercle team.
Yeah, he's taken maybe a young Forrester, is it? Just caught him with his hand. It's totally accidental.
It's accidental and it's play on. And Hearts get the ball all the way back to Craig Gordon, who is forced to try and chip it forward with his right foot. Distribution with his right foot, never the best for Craig Gordon. And he doesn't reach the halfway line as the ball's still bouncing around. And Hearts just yet to really get their foot on the ball and really control possession. 4 minutes gone, still 0-0. And it's the Cercle throw on the far side. It'll be Gary Magny to throw long, looking for Augusto. And it's just scrappy at the moment, neither side looking particularly confident on the ball.
To be honest, Hearts are you're right, Hearts are the approach that they're trying to get the ball down and play out, but because they're smothered by Cercle Brugge, that they're really struggling to find any real rhythm in their passing.
Kai Rolls wins a header that was floated long. Good turn from Paris Brunner. He's really one to keep an eye on for Cercle Brugge as Adam Forster gives the ball away. Cercle Brugge trying to come down the left-hand side. Frankie Kent just plays the ball off Felipe Augusto, and Hearts win the goal kick. 0-0 after almost 5 minutes, and Hearts yet to really enjoy anything too positive in this game. Cercle making life hard early on, as Adam Forster looks to be the out ball, but it comes straight back. Cercle Brugge have the ball down in that left corner. Sommers trying to take a touch. Forrester able to gather though.
I think if Hearts can just see through this period, you know, into the game, just play themselves in, get a few touches, frustrate Brugge if they can, and then play their way into the match.
We weren't entirely sure what kind of 11 we'd see from Cercle Brugge. They've not enjoyed the best European spell so far. A 6-2 win over St. Gallen at the start was fantastic, but they then went to Iceland and lost 3-1 to Vikinger. A real shock win for the Icelandic side.
I think there's Cercle Brugge, Andrew, they're going to have to force the issue, you know, where they are in as far as the Conference League's concerned. You know, so Hearts can, if they can, just soak up a little bit of pressure, hit them on the break. They've not really got into the game so far, Hearts.
Oh, I think they've only had possession in Cercle territory just once, as James Penrice looks for options from a throw on the left-hand side. Eventually goes long, and it's up to Vargas, tries to get the ball in low. Comes back to Penrice, but the offside flag goes up belatedly.
He was just offside, Vargas, as the ball's knocked through to him there on the left-hand side. Just a yard, just the other side of the defender.
And Hearts will be looking for that attacking width from James Penrice and from Adam Forrester. The two fullbacks, Penrice particularly impressing in the early stages of the season. I think Neil Critchley was even calling for a potential Scotland call-up for his fullback, as Kai Rolls is put under pressure, but wins the throw. It's Paris Brunner trying to intercept the Australian's pass. Penrice with another chance for the throw. I thought James Penrice was probably one of the more impressive players in that 4-1 loss to Celtic, especially in that first half as well.
It was brilliant. It was very good. Got to the byline, picked his head up, picked his passes well. And as I said on another occasion, Lawrence Shankland would have scored 2 or 3. He was excellent, Penrice. Time and time again, got to bylines.
It was almost a chance for Hearts there as Kenneth Vargas tried to slip the ball through to Alan Forrest. It was picked off at the last as the ball comes into the edge of the box. It's crossed back in. No takers for Cercle, and that was a bit of a chance.
It was, but that chance for Vargas, Andrew, that's what I'm talking about the finishing touches and the final execution. He's so dangerous with his pace and his directness, but that final touch is what you get paid the money for. It's where everybody notices you, what he's talking about, if that's where he's wanting to go and play at a higher level. He needs goals, he needs assists, and there it was an easy pass over the top for Forrest. He tried to play it low.
Well, Hearts have the ball back with Craig Gordon back in their own box. They've just enjoyed a bit more possession in the last minute or two, as Gordon clips the ball long. Devlin trying to take the ball down. That's Forrest over the halfway line now, looking for Vargas.
Brilliant run.
Brilliant from Forrest. He does get it to Vargas on the edge of the box, works it onto the right, pulls it back for Shankland, drives from distance, and De Lange is behind it.
Brilliant run. Alan Forrest there finds Vargas, good feet, lays it back to Shankland. Good strike on target. Comfortable save for the keeper, but good play from Hearts. Really good from Forrest. Taking the ball, carrying it 30-40 yards. Brilliant.
Alan Forrest has shown on a couple of occasions just how good he can be this season. Did brilliantly to take the ball forward there. And a good knock-off from Vargas too, as Cercle come forward with a more direct ball. Comes to Efekele. Hearts just able to get the foot in. It was Kai Rolls. Yandanda trying to take it away now. Forrester up to Forrest on the right. Hearts could break here. Vargas pointing for the ball in behind. Forrest tries to play it. Vargas goes down, a clash of feet, but I think that will be a free kick to Cercle Brugge.
Yeah, again, he's pointing, you can see where he wants the ball. Just has to overhit the ball there, give him a chance. You know, there's still another 18 yards, he could have rolled it into the corner.
And it certainly looks like Kenneth Vargas is the focal point for Hearts' attack, with Lawrence Shankland playing just behind him as well, maybe just because of Vargas's pace. Yeah,
well, Vargas is the one that'll go over the top, and Shankland's the clever one that'll come to feet. You know, and that's a perfect partnership you've got in a front pairing.
It's just a clash of feet with Christian Ravic, the Cercle Brugge centre half. Again, one of the more promising players in a season which has failed to deliver so far for one of the Bruges sides. As Efekele has it on the right, gives the ball away. Malachi Boateng. Not said his name too much so far this evening. We're only 10 minutes in, still 0-0. Long ball forward, more direct from Hearts as Shankland loses out to Ravic. De Wilde playing it back to Senamiange and back to Maxime De Lange. 10 minutes gone. How will Neil Critchley feel about that first 10 minutes? Neil?
Yeah, I think he'll be quite comfortable. I know Sommer hit that one off the netting where he's trying to cross it across the face of the goal, but otherwise Hearts have been good. I think the counter-attacking style, although they're trying to put their foot in the ball, there's going to be lots of space. You can already see, Andrew, that Vargas, as you pointed out, is the out ball. I would like to see him trying it a little bit quicker, just almost instinctively, one touch and then just round the corner in the grass, because that'll lengthen the game. But I think Neil will be quite pleased with the start so far.
There's a nice little pattern of play there from Boateng and Penrice, which ended up in a Hearts free kick. But again, the visitors just more content to knock it around the back at the moment. Penrice back to Rolls. Eventually it's cleared long. It's a really high line from Cercle Brugge's defenders. Vargas is looking to play right on the edge of it as well, as Devlin sweeps up and gets the ball back to Craig Gordon.
That's the first he's been mentioned as well, Devlin.
Yep.
Disciplined so far, just sitting in there protecting the centre halves. That was the right area he was in there.
Gordon looking to his right for Alan Forrest, who's just crowded out. Boateng could win the second ball and does. Shankland immediately looking for that ball over the top for Vargas, but it's caught out by Diakite, who's under a bit of pressure after getting the ball back. Vargas chasing, and the ball given away. Devlin able to pick up and just knocks it back to Kai Rolls. And after a slightly shaky start, Hearts looking a little more comfortable on the ball. Penrice trying to find Danda. It's cut out. Comes to Diakite. Launches it back down the pitch. Brunner. Good ball inside to find Thibaut Sommers. Felipe Augusto making a run, but he goes out to Gary Magny instead. Just coming back inside. Hearts are able to get bodies back. Brunner thought about leaving the ball, trying to play Efekele in. Didn't quite work. Hearts have the ball again. This could be a chance for a counter-attack if Jan Danda can move quick enough. He just delays the pass and then loses it. And I think there was a chance there for Hearts, but Cercle sloppy in possession themselves. They give it away. Alan Forrest looking for the ball behind, goes himself, still going. Forrest to the edge of the box, goes down.
Surely that's a free kick, no?
Foul.
Free kick not given. And a real sloppy passage of play from both sides, almost ending up in a Hearts opportunity.
The waves play on the referee, but surely a free kick 25 yards out centre of the goal's better option. There he's caught. It's a free kick.
He's completely off balance when he's trying to play that. I get maybe trying to let the play continue to see if anything comes, but surely a free kick just should have been awarded edge of the box. But you're talking about that counter-attack, Andrew, that it all comes from James Penrice really reading a brilliant bit of play. He stepped in, he didn't get done with a dummy. There was a man over there and it really gave them an opportunity.
And what do you think of the James Penrice Scotland call-up from Neil Critchley?
He's got a few boys in front of him, let's say, but I think...
see Kieran Tierney's back to it today.
Yeah, I think his progression has been really good at Hearts, and it's a step up from Livingston. That's going to help him develop. But he's got a few boys to get ahead of before he gets there. But he's ambitious, I tell you that.
He certainly is, and he's taken to life in Gorgie particularly quickly, probably the quickest of the summer signings, as he chips the ball looking for Vargas. Comes back to Danda, tries to play the 1-2 with Shankland. Again, just crowded out, but Hearts getting further up the pitch, and Penrice puts in the tackle and it just bounces off Danda to go out of play. Another little opportunity there for Hearts. You can see their pressing intent as well.
Yeah, I think Hearts are coming into the game after an initial, 7-8 minutes where Cercle Brugge had all the ball. Never really created anything, that half chance with Rolls deflected into the side net, and Hearts are starting to play a bit now, get more of the ball.
The ball drops to Efekele, he goes down. And this time it is a free kick given for Cercle Brugge in the Hearts half on the near touchline. Referee not happy with that challenge, Elchin Masiev. And this could be an opportunity for Cercle to try and get the ball into the box.
I think Summers looking for a yellow card there. I mean, there is a collision. Kai rolls just because across. I mean, there's not an awful lot of that. And the more I see that, actually, I don't think there's any need for him to go down. I think he's bought one there.
That's Efekele playing at right wing back tonight, Malamine Efekele. I think he has gotten quite lucky. Throws himself down after the contact comes in.
You look at Hearts now, they hold a really high line. They're top, 7-8 yards outside the 18-yard box.
Gary Magny sweeps it in. It's a terrible delivery. Bounces before it gets to any players. But Lawrence Shankland's clearance isn't the best. There is a player down for Cercle Brugge as play goes on. I'm sure it'll be knocked out eventually. Yep, there it goes. The player's taken a sore one for Cercle. It's Christian Ravic. He's claiming that he's been elbowed. I'm sure we'll have another look at that. It was a terrible delivery anyway. I think it was Ravic.
Yeah, the Penrice blocks him, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, James Penrice blocking him off. Ravic going down straight away, holding his chest. He seems to be okay to carry on. He's not too happy about that, though.
Penrice is allowed to stand his ground, and that's all he done there.
Well, we will play on from the far side. And you can still hear the drums of both Hearts and Cercle Brugge playing in the Jan Bredel Stadium, which they share with their city rivals Club Brugge. Of course, got that 1-1 draw with Celtic last night in the Champions League. Play goes on, and it's another chance for Cercle to punt it long, and we're really seeing how direct they are early on. Good play from Forrest on the right-hand side, again trying to get that ball up to Kenneth Vargas in behind. It's picked up and comes back to the Cercle goalkeeper, who again immediately launches it down the pitch. Boateng, good header. Devlin chipping on. A little untidier, maybe didn't have too many options there, the Australian, but he cuts out the next pass, and Hearts have it in Cercle's half again, but Forrest's pass to Boateng is cut out. And Gary Magny now trying to come over the halfway line for Cercle. Augusto just knocking it back to Miang. Ravic thought about spraying the ball out to the right-hand side. Instead, he just goes left. And it's cut out pretty easily by Adam Forrester. There looked to be a handball in there, but Malachi Boateng playing on. And then he's robbed of the ball. Really slack opening from both sides in the first 17 minutes as Cercle have the ball on the edge of the Hearts box. It's worked to the left-hand side, a shooting opportunity, drilled in, Gordon makes the save, comes out again to Magny, and it's blocked, and this time the offside flag goes up as Jan Danda thinks about trying to play on. I'm not really sure where the offside was in there, but a good save from Craig Gordon.
Yeah, it's not from the ball, it's pushed wide, and when it's flashed across, is it? It's from across the goal. I tell you what, I think he has given it off for that pass, but I think he's onside.
Rice is playing him on at left back.
I tell you, a brilliant save from Craig Gordon. If he spills it across his goal, it's a tap-in.
And then there's a great block, I think it is, for Frankie Kent.
Yeah.
That would have been given if it's because it's onside.
It was a good hit there from Felipe Augusto. Craig Gordon had to get down while he saw the water spraying off the surface as well. So a good save from Hearts' record appearance maker in Europe. Appearance number 28 for him tonight. I imagine he'll get 2 more when Hearts take on Copenhagen and Petro Cup next month.
Just looking at that picture, Alan, look how narrow the game is.
Yep.
I mean, it's the width of the centre circle. Most players are all striped right down there. Very little width. I know it's fanning out now, but
it's where they want. That's the way Neil wants to play at the moment. You know, until he gets personnel in that he believes this is the best formation that he thinks for the players that he's got.
And of course, he's got Kenneth Vargas and Lawrence Shankland up front, 2 players who have made no secret about their desire or where their future is going to be. It doesn't look like it's going to be in Gorgie for either of them. Lawrence Shankland's contract running out in the summer. Kenneth Vargas hinting that he might be away in January.
Kenneth Vargas has got about 5 years to go. And 2 goals.
Only 2 goals so far. As Cercle get in behind again. It's a brilliant touch, but the cross is poor and Gordon is able to deliver. It's Felipe Augusto, the Brazilian, who just got in behind Adam Forrester there.
yeah, strong.
Fantastic touch as well.
Really strong, just skips by Frankie again. It's a poor delivery. He's just got to stand that up. If he clips it towards the back end of the 6-yard box, it's Hearts in real danger. He tried to go for a low one and they got away from it, but I think Augusto is starting to look as if he's in the mood now.
Certainly does, and of course he was signed in January to really be the eventual replacement for Kevin Denke, who's by far and away Cercle's best player. And he's unavailable tonight, suspended after a red card against LASK Linz in the previous Conference League game. Now he's also just sealed a December move to FC Cincinnati in the MLS for a league record fee of $16.2 million. For the Hearts defenders, Neil, that must have been some boost knowing that he wasn't playing.
Yeah, top goal scorer in the Belgian league last year, wasn't he? He's absolutely delighted that he's suspended for tonight. But there's still a threat. You can see that Augusto in particular looks really powerful.
Hearts coming over the halfway line. Malachi Boateng trying to play the ball around the Cercle defender. Didn't quite work, but Cammy Devlin showing a good bit of control and vision to get the ball out to the right. But Forrester...
It's a poor pass. He's got to go. I mean, he's got to go safe side. What he's done is he's given the defender a chance here to nick the ball back.
Adam Forrester preferred to Daniel Oyegoke at right back. He's just signed a new contract as well at Hearts, the 19-year-old. So clearly Neil Critchley has a lot of trust in him. The former B-team captain who's made his breakthrough this season. Cercle have the ball again in the Hearts half. It comes out to Efekele, sliding it back inside for Francis. And Cercle working the ball over the top. A pretty aimless ball though from Diakite, and it will just go out for a Hearts goal kick. I can't imagine manager Miro Muslic will be too happy with that from his Cercle side.
I dare I say it, the first quarter of the match has gone quite comfortably for Hearts, Neil.
Yeah. Yeah, it has. I know you're saying that Neil likes to play this narrow, but I'm looking for much more. I think this team are here for the taking. As I said, I watched them, they get absolutely destroyed, in particular against Anderlecht, and it was down the side, didn't do any crosses coming into the box, and I'd love to see Hearts just fanning out a little, just to see if they can get some joy in the wide areas. But yeah, I think 22, 23 minutes gone, it's been very comfortable for them.
Hearts just pressing Cercle again. It was Gary Manier able to get the ball away that time. Under pressure from Alan Forrest, who sticks a foot and does really well. Shanklin trying to get the ball over the top to Vargas. Might get there before the keeper. De Lange's come a long way, but it's mopped up by Cercle.
Can he be braver, Alan? Can Vargas be a wee bit braver there, take a hit?
It was very messy goalkeeping, wasn't it, from De Lange? Got the ball, but could have taken a lot of Kenneth Vargas as well. He went flying afterwards.
You know what? Keepers get away with things because when they come running out the box, or they get a bit of grace because it's a goalkeeper. It's a very high challenge.
If he'd taken any of Kenneth Vargas there, the referee would have had a real decision to make. He got lucky and the ball just dropped to a Cercle Brugge defender. It's Boateng and Danda trying to keep it neat and tidy. As the ball eventually comes up to Vargas, he goes down under the pressure of Sanamiange, and Hearts have the free kick near the halfway line. Ball comes out to Adam Forrester. Hearts looking to work it quickly now. Alan Forrest, who's looked lively in the first 23 minutes, tries to squeeze the ball through to Forrester, just wins the throw-in. Still 0-0 in Bruges so far. As Forrester prepares to take this throw on the right. Here's another look at that challenge from De Lange. He absolutely clatters Diakite, his defender. Gets away with one. It's Boateng. Loses the ball in the middle of the pitch for Hearts. Strong challenge from James Penrice. Play goes on. Danda not able to keep the ball. And we'll just go back maybe for that challenge. I think there might be a Cercle player still on the deck. I think Jan Danda lost the throw as well. I think it was James Penrice with the challenge. Everyone back to their feet now. Be a Cercle throw on the near side. Jan Danda just unable to get a touch on the ball. There's the challenge from Penrice.
Full-blooded, that one. He had to get some of the ball, I tell you.
I think his studs are initially down before then coming back up.
That wouldn't even have been shown in our day.
No, I know that.
I've been shown about 6 times here.
Well, the Hearts fans listening can breathe a sigh of relief because play's gone on. There will be no VAR intervention for that one. I don't think there should have been. I think he got the ball. Cercle now have the throw on the halfway line. Played into De Wilde and then immediately launched into the air, but Thibaut Sommers fouls Cammy Devlin. Thibaut Sommers, the Cercle captain, who, like I say, spent his entire career playing for Cercle Brugge. Can play right across the front three, but it looks like he's kind of playing behind Brunner and Augusto in a front two for Bruges this evening. And Hearts will have the free kick. Craig Gordon looking to just launch this up the pitch, but again, that high line from Bruges, from Cercle Brugge, means he's going to have to be quite deliberate in where he tries to place this. Looking for Vargas. As the ball drops to Danda on the left-hand side. Does well to work the ball to Devlin. Nice turn from Devlin to find Penrice. Back to Danda, tries to get the cross in. It bounces off Danda and goes behind for a Cercle goal kick. But nice interchange there from Hearts on the left-hand side.
Yeah, Devlin, Penrice and Danda. And he's unlucky, actually. He has a swing it out with his left foot, hits the defender, comes back and hits Danda. But there's nothing in the game, Andrew. There's nothing at all.
We've talked about Hearts being quite narrow. It looks like Danda is trying to hug that left touchline, and obviously Alan Forrest is an out-and-out winger on the right as well. Is that where Hearts' width is going to come from, or do you reckon either of those players could come inside?
That'll be the full-back. You watch already, Forrester's been down, Penrice is belting down as much as he can, which they'll need to be disciplined with, the likes of Boateng and Devlin sitting in there protecting, allowing the two full-backs to bomb forward.
Hearts have the ball back. Just outside their own box. It's played back to Craig Gordon. Immediately launched long. Vargas trying to control the ball. Not normally an aerial target, but he's done well there. And
Penrice go now.
Gets it out to Danda. There is Penrice on the overlap. Ball maybe just a little under hit. Penrice still battling for it though. And then fouling Christian Ravic. But that's an example of what you were just talking about there.
Yeah,
Alan
it's
Penrice
so short by Danda. He's got to roll it to give him grass to run onto. It's a perfect chance to get to the byline and whip across in. Danda has to play a better ball. But again, really good run from Penrice.
I think just at times, Neil, it has been that final ball, that final bit of accuracy for Hearts that's let them down so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there, if I know he's Dander's trying to roll it in front of him, but if you just hit his feet and give James Penrice just to stand the full back up at the right centre back as it comes out to him, just stand him up and get half a yard. That allows him either to drive inside if he overcommits the centre back, or if he stands off just to put the ball in the box. But there's definitely opportunities, just a final bit of polish.
Well, Cercle coming forward into the Hearts box now on the left-hand side, and Craig Gordon has to palm the ball over the top. And just before that, Cammy Devlin went down after an aerial challenge. He looks to be in some discomfort.
Yeah, ran into his own player. I think it was either Kent or Rolls. He runs into him. Comfortable save for Craig Gordon. He's not going to get beat for there.
Nils de Wilde. I don't know if that was a cross or a shot. Either way, Gordon had it covered, and it's over the bar. Cammy Devlin still down, still receiving treatment, and that would be a big loss for Hearts, Cammy Devlin, wouldn't it?
It would be, but Beningame comes on, and although Beningame is for me, he's a better football player, much better football player. Devlin's brilliant industry, but look, he runs into his own man, and it seems to be a bit of a dead leg.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Kye Rowles just need him right above the kneecap and the quad.
Yeah, so one. That'll take a bit of time to heal that one.
The two Australians clashing knee on knee. Just makes you shudder a little bit, those ones. He's still receiving treatment, but he looks to be in a slightly better mood now. As there's a break in play, we're approaching the half-hour mark. Still Cercle Brugge 0, Hearts 0. On Sportshound in the Conference League. I think we've talked about that target of 7 points. Obviously, a draw for Hearts tonight would take them to that kind of supercomputer-made target. Do you think they'd be happy with that at the moment? Would they take a draw?
I would sign up for a draw right now. 7 points. Copenhagen, tough game away, but Petrograd coming at home the 19th of December. You would expect them to win that at Tynecastle, and to be sitting on 10 points. That would be magnificent from them. It really would. Still got a long, long way to go in this game. Still an hour left.
They certainly do, and they've got to defend a corner just now. On the far side, it's played low, comes back to Gary Magny, who tries to curl it to the back post, gets it all wrong, and it sails over Craig Gordon's crossbar for a goal kick.
It's not just the names that are different between the two Bruges clubs. You've seen Bruges last night, they were magnificent.
Absolutely, and Cercle always have been the little brother to Club Brugge, who regularly get attendances of can be 26,000 at times before COVID. It's not quite the same for Cercle. They're lucky if they get about 5,000, I think.
Is it not Cercle that's owned by a billionaire?
Cercle are owned by a billionaire, a Russian billionaire who also owns Monaco, and that's why they've got the likes of Paris Brunner, who's on the ball now, as well as Effa Kelly. They've not maybe quite had the investment into the squad, but the infrastructure in the last couple of years has changed, and that's what's led to them becoming one of Belgium's top forces again, as Malachi Boateng commits the foul. Brunner still going on the edge of the box, drives, Craig Gordon holds. Chance gone for Cercle.
Yeah, could be a booking coming for Boateng when the ball goes out. I thought Devlin might have been unlucky, he seemed to get kicked in the face, but a comfortable save. It's a shot on his left foot. Hearts got the other end.
It's Kenneth Vargas on the right-hand side who's got the better of the defender. Ravic, he's still going, he pulls it low, Shankland with a flick, just wide from Lawrence Shankland. The little back heel doesn't quite come off, just goes a few inches the wrong side of the post for Hearts, but brilliant play from Kenneth Vargas, and almost a brilliant audacious finish from Lawrence Shankland, but for him these days they just aren't going in, are they?
It's a lovely effort, but if he'd have just opened the legs and let it run through him, Jan Danda is there and it's right onto him for a tap in. But again, it's I've spoken about it, this team are very vulnerable in the wide areas, and again the evidence is there. They don't really deal with that ball flashed across their face. So unlucky, Lawrence Shankland.
It's a chance of the match so far, really is, and as Neil touched on, if it's just a little over from Danda, it's a tap-in. He's walking onto it on his right foot.
There's a foul on the far side, Adam Forrester with it. And that looked like a pretty cut and dry decision, really, for the referee. Another chance for Cercle to swing the ball into the box. It was Gary Magny who was caught by Forrester, just took a nice little touch away, and it was a tangle of legs, really. But it's become a little bit more end-to-end in the last 5 minutes of this game. It's really started to get going finally.
It has. Did they pick up a booking, Forrester? Looks like. Yeah, because a really ugly challenge, wasn't it? He's got to stand on his feet. The young man just jockey him, make sure he gets goal side.
Just an awkward one, really, for Adam Forrester to deal with, and he's now walking that tightrope for the rest of the game. Magny delivers to the front post this time, and it's Kenneth Vargas who heads away. Comes out to Diakite, tries to clip it to the back post. It's an awkward ball. No Hearts defenders there to pick up. Paris Brunner is there, but the offside flag goes up, and maybe that's why Hearts were quite slow to get back in the end. Brunner, I think he was quite comfortably offside.
Take a sec.
Could have been any of them. I think there was about 5 Cercle Brugge players off there.
Good line, good discipline from Hearts, just squeezing out together.
They have looked a little vulnerable from set pieces this season.
Yeah, that's been their Achilles heel, Hearts. It has been. And the zonally at times as well. As I was watching on Saturday, I'm sure it was Trusty with Penrice, which is a mismatch in height.
It's good play by Malachi Boateng to try and free James Penrice on the left. He's got Dand outside him, but he's going towards the box. A little trip, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. Was there a foul in there, maybe?
No chance, no. You can always tell, Andrew, as well, when a player goes down, if he feels unjust and it is a penalty, he'll go mad. You look at Penrice's reaction, he's up and straight back into his left back position, not even asking for a penalty kick.
Just a little disappointed there, I think, that he couldn't get the ball wide or inside in the end. It's not been a bad 34 minutes for Hearts, still 0-0. Still very much in this game, and they've just missed that golden opportunity through Lawrence Shankland for his first goal in 24 games. It's an incredible drought that no one really could have seen coming as Kenneth Vargas goes down near the halfway line. He's holding his face. It was Sena Miange with him. I don't think he's going to go into the book. He's just having a talking to from the referee, who's pleading a bit of calm, and I think it was just an arm across the face that Vargas has gone down for.
He's just getting the arms out just to protect his space, just catches Vargas. He's looked quite sharp, Vargas, tonight. You know, be critical of his final product, but that ball for Shankland a few minutes ago was on the money, and he does look like a real threat for them tonight.
And it seems like Vargas is almost playing with a point to prove. Obviously his first start since coming back from Costa Rica, where he made those perhaps unwise comments to local media. And he's certainly more lively tonight. He came off the bench against Celtic as the ball is clipped in. It's Frankie Kent trying to attack the ball. Cercle get it away, and it's Paris Brunner who does well. Shout for a handball. I think it has been given. I think this will be a Hearts free kick. Or has it gone the other way? Bit of confusion. No, it isn't. It will be a Hearts free kick.
It comes off his
Kicks
hand,
off his own hand.
Yeah.
Paris Brunner, a real interesting signing from Cercle. He's one of the players who has come from Monaco on loan.
Quite like him, Andrew. He looks decent, good size, good shape, athletic.
Lives in Monaco.
Yeah, that sounds good as well, doesn't it?
Not a bad life. He was described as a bit of a problem child when he was at Borussia Dortmund before he went to Monaco in the summer. A couple of disciplinary issues, and this is only his second start for the club. But there, like I say, will be a Kevin Denke-shaped hole up front for Cercle to fill. I'm sure they'll want Paris Brunner to do just that. As it is on the pitch, the Hearts free kick comes to nothing. And that'll be Cercle who have a free kick eventually. Try and get the ball back up the pitch and try and create another chance to sting the palms of Craig Gordon, if not better. It's Cammy Devlin with the foul there.
It's a game of very few chances. I've got the Shankland shot early on, the Gusto effort, Kent block, and then obviously the big one. Vargas to Shankland, the Dander right behind him. And that's about it, really.
And is this two sides who are maybe just a little bit low on confidence? Yeah. Obviously, Cercle got just a 1-0 defeat to Standard Liège, but after a real 5-0 humiliation at the hands of Anderlecht. And Hearts obviously 2 tough games against Celtic and Rangers they're coming in off the back of. So is that just the case at the moment?
Yeah, it is, and you can see that, but it's certainly here for Hearts to go and win this match tonight. From what I've seen so far from Cercle Brugge in 37 minutes, there's nothing there that would cause me any concern. I think, you know what, Hearts, they can certainly win this match, if not at least get a point.
I totally agree, Alan, and I also agree with your sentiment about a point would be brilliant. You would sign up for it now, but I think as a manager you can do your analysis and you can watch teams, and then when actually you get a real feel for it in a 45 minutes. If this is 0-0 when Neil Critchlow gets that team into the dressing room, I think the message is we can win this, because they're not a brilliant side. I think there's real pause to be put on some of the moves that Hearts have had, and if they can do that, I think there's a 3-point here. Really capable of grabbing for Hearts tonight.
And I think
Fascinated, sorry Andrew, fascinated to find out Neil Critchlow with the likes of Spittle and Beningame, why they're not in the starting 11. Is he looking a little nod to Sunday, or does he bring them on in the second half after an hour?
Well, Blair Spittle certainly would be a good player for Hearts to bring off the bench. But like you say, Alan, they've got that game against Aberdeen at Tynecastle on Sunday to think about. Benny Beningame as well, who could come off the bench. Cammy Devlin looks to have recovered from that knock as Adam Forrester is fouled, and Hearts again take the free kick quickly. Vargas and Dando working. When it comes to Devlin, Forrester on the right hand side curls it in first time. Delang comes to punch, and it's dealt with by Cercle. There's Brunner again trying to come away, makes a bit of space and gets the ball up to Augusto. A little back heel, but Malachi Boateng read it the whole way. Craig Gordon under pressure, finds Adam Forrester. You can see how quickly Cercle Brugge can attack as well on the counter. And you can also see why Boateng's in it to protect the 2 centre-halves. Lovely play from Boateng. Reads the situation well, mops it up. I was reading some of the Have Your Says on Hearts topic page that you can find on the BBC Sports Scotland website. There was a Hearts fan talking about Malachi Boateng and maybe going a bit under the radar. James Penrice has been the big summer signing, but Boateng has done well since he arrived from Dundee. As Cercle get the ball on the edge of the box, it comes to Efekele. He drives and it's into the bottom corner. Cercle Brugge have the lead, and it's Maximine Efekele whose deflected effort trundles past Craig Gordon. And we've said that Hearts would want to go in at half-time at least level. Well, they find themselves behind, and it's Maximine Efekele with the goal for the hosts, and maybe just slightly against the run of play. Yeah, it seems to be. I think Craig Gordon's wrong-footed. I think he's got all his weight to his right-hand side, and it takes a deflection, possibly off of Penrice as he hits. I don't think he catches it great, or as it rolls, as it hit, but he seems to...
It's like it comes off his ankle or something, Alan, here, as if it just pops it into the ground. See that?
He's not hit that well.
No, I think he's actually trying to steer it towards the far corner, and he just completely chokes down on it. I still think Craig Gordon could do better, but I'm just looking at the pictures. Where is Kai Rolls going? Kai Roll leaves his centre-back position, runs it out, creates a little gap, and then it's an overload on the outside.
I think, yeah, Craig Gordon just wrong-footed there by what really is a complete
mishit.
Really, yeah, completely mishits it and scuffs it into the bottom corner. But Cercle have the lead after 40 minutes in Bruges. Not what Neil Critchlow or the travelling Hearts fans would want at all. This game has been very much there for the taking so far, but neither side had really stamped their authority on it. And Cercle, rather epitomising the game, go ahead with a really scruffy goal from Maximine Efekele.
Yeah, I might be a bit harsh on Craig Gordon saying that I'd expect him to do better, but I think maybe just totally caught off guard because he's not intentionally trying to find that reverse into the near post there, so it's a complete scuff. It's maybe just done Craig Gordon. But so often have we seen him just come up with a save that he shouldn't really make, just instinct, and he's just almost like kind of fallen back there and watched it.
And how many times, Neil, do we see it? A pure strike the keeper will save.
Yeah.
A scuffed one is difficult.
Yeah.
There's a free kick there to Cercle Brugge. Malachi Boateng just catching Nils de Wilde. And again, Cercle just on the halfway line looking to launch this long. I think that's Brunner who's made the run. And Frankie Kent, and the offside flag goes up. And the youngster just mistiming his run ever so slightly. The thing with Cercle, that one of the reasons perhaps why they've been so inconsistent is it's an incredibly young team. It's got an average age of just 22. Does that play into Hearts' favour perhaps? Does this maybe show that it's a team who maybe don't know how to manage the game just quite as well yet?
Well, it's a team that's maybe lacking leaders as well. You know, maybe not enough experience in the side to pull the younger ones through. If you're saying it's average in the age of 22, you know, when you look at Hearts with some older players, Frankie Kent, Kai Rose, Lawrence Shanklin, Cammy Devlin, middle of the park, you know, yeah, they've got kids about them, and Penrice and Forrester and guys like that, but Vargas is only 22, but the majority of them, you know, in that side, to be an average age of 22, they maybe need some leaders.
Penrice, lovely touch to get away from Diakite, crosses it in, it's bouncing around, this could drop nicely for Hearts, it's volleyed towards goal by Devlin, big shout for handball, not given, and Cercle able to clear their lines. Well, I'm sure the referee will have another look at that. For the time being, there's going to be a booking here, and it's for Paris Brunner.
Well, my instincts here is that the hands are in against the body and it thunders off his chest, but he absolutely catches this flush. Again, not dealing with the cross, it breaks the edge of the box, but when Cammy Devlin steps onto this, he catches it pure as you like, bang. Hits him in the top of the arm probably, but it's right in against the body.
No chance. Nah, not a penalty for me, that one. No chance.
His arms are right in front of his body there. I'm trying to see who that is. Maybe Sena Miange. Cammy Devlin. It's a decent record in Europe, of course. Scored those 2 goals against Rosenborg last season. As Brunner goes into the book, Hearts get a free kick. Cercle just trying to counter, and Brunner catching his man as Danda delivers to the back post. Not a bad ball. Ravic heads away, drops to Shankland, could drop to Vargas, blocked again. Hearts starting to knock on the door, looking for an equaliser. Vargas trying to control, turns, hits. Almost brilliant from the Costa Rican. But Cercle just desperately getting their bodies in the way. And eventually trying to clear, and this is a real chance. Brunner one-on-one with Adam Forrester, who's on a booking. Brunner goes to the left, goes to the right, and Forrester gets a vital foot in. Brilliant last-ditch defending from the teenager. But Hearts coming close again. A couple of brilliant blocks from Cercle Brugge to deny the visitors. Looking for the equaliser in the 44th minute. Hearts coming forward again. Danda trying to get the ball in low to Vargas. It's won by Forrest. Vargas goes down. Forrest keeps it and wins the corner. And Hearts really pressing now as we come towards half-time.
Somebody's just turned the gas up in this game, haven't they? I mean, talking about putting your body on the line, Cercle Brugge players have done exactly that. 3 or 4 big body blocks from good Hearts pressure and good Hearts playing shots. But yeah, young Forrester, he did brilliantly because he gets that anyway wrong and he's off the pitch. So yeah, full marks to the young man and then creates another chance. So what's that, 45th minute now, 46th minute? Might be the last opportunity for Hearts to get back in level terms before half-time.
Just 1 minute of added time to be played here at the Jan Bredel Stadium. Corner comes into the front post, flicked on by Kai Rolls. There's a massive bodies, but Maxime Delanga, the Cercle Brugge goalkeeper, does brilliantly to punch that away. Still about 20 seconds left for Hearts to try and find a leveller before the break. There was a shout there as well for a penalty from Kenneth Vargas. He certainly did want that one. Wasn't getting it though.
It's been a good response from going 1 behind.
It certainly has. Can Hearts find one before the break? They're just taking their time over this throw-in. Lawrence Shankland was almost there with the header before Maxime Delanga able to punch that one away. A long throw into the box from James Penrice. Can he find a man in that custard cream kit of Hearts? No, he can't. Jan Danda unable to win the ball, and it's cleared. And there goes the half-time whistle. So after a decent first half showing, Hearts are stung by Maxime Efekele's scuffed finish that put Cercle Brugge into the lead after 40 minutes. The response was good. Kenneth Vargas, Cammy Devlin, both having shots blocked at close range, but they couldn't find a way past that green and black wall at the back for Cercle Brugge. The referee blows his whistle. Half-time at the Jan Bredel Stadium. Cercle Brugge 1, Hearts 0.
Hearts in the UEFA Conference League.
Live on Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
There's no substitute. The European dream lives here.
It's a stunning strike for Scotland.
Can Scotland beat Finland to reach Women's Euro 2025 next summer?
It is 2 cup finals, 2 massive games to get us to the Euros, and I'm sure we'll be right at it.
Catch the action from Easter Road tomorrow evening and the second leg live from Helsinki, Tuesday from 5.
Brilliant backheel. Where will the chance? Where will the goal?
Watch on iPlayer.
Listen on digital radio or ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Scotland Extra.
You're listening to Sports Sound with me, Richard Gordon. It is a European double bill. We will have at 8 o'clock full live commentary from the Europa League as Nice take on Rangers, and we'll chat to Stephen Thompson in the Grand Stade de Nice shortly to get his thoughts ahead of that one. Right now it is the Europa Conference League, of course. Hearts unluckily trailing by a goal to nil at half-time. The scorelines elsewhere: Malden 0, Apoel 1, Heidenheim 0, Chelsea 0, the New Saints 0, Djurgården 1, St Gallen 1, TSC 1, Panathinaikos 1, HJK 0, Borac 0, Lask 0, Chelsea 1, Jagiellonia 1, Dynamo Minsk 1, Copenhagen 1, and Noah 0, Vikingur 0. The table, Hearts of course starting off in a very healthy position in 12th. They have, well, dropped down considerably in terms of the live table. Of course, it's so tight in there. A win, a defeat throws you up or down. Hearts currently out with the top 16. They're in 17th spots, and the scoreline for Bruges has them up currently into the automatic qualifiers for the round of 16. But of course much will change, and much can change in terms of this match. Really frustrating, Neil, for Hearts to not only be behind, but to be behind to that sort of goal. I mean, essentially, from what I can see, not only is it such a weak shot, he's mishit it with his left foot onto his right ankle.
Yeah.
And that is what has fooled Craig Gordon.
Completely. We're just watching Sommer with an opportunity as well where he's trying to fire it across goals, and Craig's sort of getting done a wee bit by the spin of the ball, and that's exactly what happened for their opener, Cercle Brugge's opener. It's well worked, I have to say, Richard, from left to right.
Yeah.
But he doesn't get the desired connection, and that bit of luck has really gone against Hearts. I want to see it again during the half-time. Hopefully we'll get the pictures to see, because I felt that Kai Rolls just emptied the spot there, and he takes himself right out of the game, which maybe creates the problem that James Penrice has then got to overtuck in and fill that gap, you know. And
actually, you mentioned that in the during the commentary there, and just as you were mentioning it, I saw the replay coming through, and it's astonishing.
Does he go out
why?
there? Because it's just, it flashed in my mind. I'm thinking, I think he takes himself out.
He suddenly, out of nowhere, he just suddenly appears from the left of the screen.
Yep.
And there's absolutely no... I just can't understand why he feels the need to go there.
Well, this is it. And if you're playing 3 centre-backs, which Hearts, you know, quite often have done, then if you've got 3 centre-backs, you're playing against 1 striker, then you can allow one of those centre-backs then to really commit to maybe a player that's dropped off the edge of the box, and you're still left with 2v1. But normally you're playing a back 4 and you're flat back 4, then if you really vacate that space, which Kai Rolls I thought did, then James Penrice as a fullback has to shut the gap, and when he shuts the gap, that left the space then for the goal scorer, Effa Kelly, and maybe, you know, just gives a bigger opportunity. But still, it's a really fortuitous deflection off his ankle. Because Hearts have been good, Richard. I think they've been every bit as good as this team. You're looking at them maybe just shaded. I think they've got 1 more attempt on goal. We're talking about Lauren Shankland. If he's a little bit of awareness, and we're pumping them up. I was pumping his tyres up before the game, saying about how good his awareness is. And generally, I'd have thought he just opens his legs there. If he gets a shout from Danda, then he's got a tap in, and it's Hearts that are 1-0 up. But yeah, Neil Critchley's team talk has changed slightly. But not totally, because I still think this team are here for the taking.
Alan, you go along with that?
Wholeheartedly, Richard. I think Hearts have been very good in spells. It's been containment, really. Nothing to really write home about. They've not been under severe pressure. Craig's had a couple of saves, or 1 save anyway. and that's been about it. And I think before that goal went in, Hearts certainly had the best chance with Lawrence Shanklin, and as Neil says, if Danda screams at him, and I'd be fascinated to find out if he does scream at him, he just needs to leave it, and Danda's walking right onto it, onto his right foot, and that is a tap-in. But, you know, there's still a lot to play for. I don't think this Cercle Brugge are a terrific side, Richard. They're all right, but there's nothing special about them. One or two tidy players defensively who can be got at, as we've seen with Vargas in the wider areas, Penrice on the left as well. Certainly opportunities there for Hearts, and I think that Neil, after an hour, if it's still 1-0, will make the changes, bring on the likes of Spittle, bring on Beningame, and then try and get themselves back in the game. You know, that just watching this Vargas to Shanklin, he's really unlucky with the back heel, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a wonderful attempt.
It is. It's a brilliant attempt, but when you see it, you look at the ground that Danda makes up to get in the back post. He slows down his run. Vargas beats the fullback. It's brilliant from Vargas. And then you think, can you pick out someone? Yeah, you can. He's unlucky, Shanklin. He really is. But Danda's got to be screaming at him.
Yeah, well, we don't know if he was, or indeed whether, if he did make a shout, whether Shanklin heard him. But it was a very clever attempt by Shanklin, and he was just agonisingly close to getting Hearts in front at that point. A few minutes later, it is the deflected effort by Efekele, which has given the home side the advantage. Cercle Brugge 1, Heart of Midlothian 0, half-time in the Europa.
Richard, I'm just watching the replay. League. It's exactly as I've called it. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here, but Kai Rolls just runs right across Frankie Kent, leaves out space. Penrice shuts that space, and the ball just gets moved to Efekele. If he stays in his slot, Penrice just goes and snuffs that pass out. I mean, it's fine details that can make a goal happen for you, or it can make you come unstuck, and that's exactly what's happened there.
Not only does he run in there, but he kind of runs halfway and then stops.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not affecting play in any way at all. No. In the position he finds himself in.
No, absolutely not. Sorry, I was just so intrigued about why he does it, and I don't know. It's just, it looks like me just an absolute rush of blood to the head.
Yeah.
If anyone's going there, it's Frankie Kent, because it's that side. He just steps forward a touch, and then Kai Rolls shuts that gap. Penrice comes across, but he's just completely disintegrated the back four by just having a moment of madness for me.
He's got to stay in a unit. He's got to stay together. You know, and what he's done is he's jumped out, which has allowed Efekele the space, and then it's a miss hit, as you said, Richard. He's 1 foot onto the other, onto the ankle, and it beats Craig Gordon, because I thought, should Craig getting beat there? But it's a difficult one, because sometimes, we touched on it in commentary, you hit a really pure strike and the keeper saves it, but when it's a scuff or something unexpected happens, it's difficult to save. You don't read it, and I think Craig's weight was on his right hand side and the ball goes to the left, and he's found it difficult to get back.
Look, I think there's still reason. I think we would all agree there's still reason for Hearts to be optimistic going into the second half. But right now, they are trailing by 1-0. Rangers will be in action in an hour and 20 minutes. That, of course, in the Europa League. Stephen Thompson already in place in Nice. I was having a quick chat with the guys earlier in terms of Rangers. How do you think they are placed, Stephen, right now, going into this encounter?
Well, I wouldn't have said they're in the world's greatest form, as we all know, looking at their performances in the Scottish Premiership. However, as has been highlighted on numerous occasions, their form in the Europa League, minus the Lyon game, has been very, very good. Their best performances, the results have been good, but the performances have been good. So it should give them hope coming into this game that they're capable of doing something. And it's actually the main positive of the season so far has been the form in Europe, because there's limited positives elsewhere really for the club at the minute in terms of domestic football, or certainly the league. I know they've got the cup final coming up, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a difficult game. Nice are doing well in the French top division. We saw the quality that Lyon possessed. I'm not quite sure. I was chatting to Alistair Lamont, our commentator friend, about the qualities of Nice, and he doesn't seem to think they've got the individual qualities of Lyon, but they're still sitting in a very good position in a very, very strong league. So we know how tough it will be. The other thing for Nice is that they really have to win tonight. They've had poor results in the Europa League so far, 2 defeats and 2 draws. So tonight's kind of win or bust for them. So they're going to come right at Rangers.
It is remarkable, isn't it? We were chatting about that earlier, to be in 31st position in the league table. They have had a couple of draws against Real Sociedad and 20 at home, but actually, you look at their results throughout the course of the season, plenty draws. Despite the fact they're not strong, as you say, strong position, 5th in that league. You are no mugs, are you? And it's unless Rangers can rediscover, can recapture the kind of form they've generally shown in Europe, it is going to be a very tough night for them, isn't it?
Yeah, you add into that they've only lost one game here at home in the last 8 months, and that was to PSG. So it just shows you here at home they're obviously a very strong side. But I think, Philippe Clement will probably be reminding his players of their performances in Europe. The last one away at Olympiacos, the performance was very, very good. And I think that these types of games are suiting Rangers because they're not having to go and break teams down. When you look at some of the poor performances they've had domestically, they've lacked the quality. They've been predictable when they're trying to break teams down that are sat in a kind of defensive structure, if you like. In Europe, it's not been the case like that because the other teams come out and it's more expansive, and Rangers actually have looked decent when they've been able to counter-attack teams and not have so much of the ball and have to break teams down. So it actually suits them, and I do think that Nice will come right out after them. So I expect Rangers to create opportunities, as they have done in every European match that they've played.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just don't know about this Rangers team, do you? I mean, in terms of their form at home, it's not been good, as we all know, but in Europe, you wouldn't bet against them getting something from this game, which would put them in an immense position in terms of qualification.
Oh, absolutely.
To get a win or even a draw would be a fantastic result. 2 tough ones coming up for them right now.
Yes, but currently sitting in 10th position in the league. And I mean, it's remarkable actually to see that they're a couple of points behind Steaua Bucharest, given what they did to the Romanian side. Anyway, and we're still waiting for the team news to come out. It hasn't quite been given. I assume you haven't had any steers,
no,
so it's your opportunity to tell me who do you think what the team is going to be.
I was chatting to Mr. McCoy earlier. He's obviously here doing his TV commentary, and he seemed to have had what he thought was a tip-off that Tavernier wouldn't be playing. So we'll find out if that's true or not. I mean, initially Tavernier came out the team, and Philippe Clement was talking about, as he often does, the amount of minutes that he's played and at the age he's at. He's not capable of playing every game. Obviously dropped at the weekend for Dujon Sterling in the right back position, and if Coistie's right, then it looks as though that'll be the same tonight. For me, Diomande obviously got whipped at half time on Saturday. It's not working with him trying to be a number 10 player. He's not got that in his locker. So for me, what would make a lot of sense would be to put Bayrami, which is his favoured position, into the 10 and then shuffle something on the left. Yilmaz could come back to fitness, play left back, and you could put Jefte into the left wide area, and that way you're kind of filling that gap, and you're getting a player who can see a pass and can be creative into the 10 position. But these are all just speculative things just now. Alistair, I'm sure once the team comes out, will be able to give you exactly what's going to happen.
Right, we'll get that just as soon as we possibly can. Remember, it is an 8 o'clock kickoff, so it is just a little bit early to have the official team news out, but we'll get that soon as we possibly can. We'll continue the build-up and with a full live commentary from Nice. That, of course, remember, the UEFA Europa League, Nice against Rangers. We're with a Conference League right now. We've had 45 minutes of action in Bruges, where Hearts have done plenty good things, but unfortunately trail 1-0 at the interval thanks to that deflected effort from Efekele, which has given the home side the advantage. The players heading back out, the action about to get up and running in the second half. It is live commentary with us here in Sportsound and BBC Radio Scotland with Alan Preston, Neil McCann and Andrew Petrie.
Thank you very much, Richard. Yes, just waiting for this second half to begin as the players go through their warm-ups. Cercle will get us underway in this second 45 with Hearts trailing, looking to find a goal for a valuable point in the Conference League. Can they go even better, or will Cercle hold on? Very quickly, we're going to go to Al Lamont for team news from Nice.
Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, I'll just run through this as quickly as I can. It's Butland in goal, as you would expect. Looks like Sterling, Suter, Proper and Jefty at the back. Barron and Raskan in midfield. Diamondi is in there as well. It looks like he'll continue in the 10 despite Stevens' pleas there. Czerny on one side, Bayrami on the other, but the big call is up front. It's Igman that is in from the start for Rangers.
Thank you very much, Al. Oh, we didn't miss anything there. Just the kick-off and Cercle getting the ball into Hearts half. Long throw comes in. Just bouncing around on the edge of the Hearts area as Cammy Devlin sort of half clears, but the ball comes back in. Adam Forrester with an important block. He's trying to go long, looking for Vargas, who plays a headed 1-2 with Shankland. Hearts lose the ball. And it's Brunner trying to come away for Cercle. Forrester, another important block as Brunner tried to work the ball through, and Cammy Devlin just hoists it into the Belgian sky. Good touch from Jan Danda, good pass as well. Lovely interplay between Shankland and Danda, and Vargas is now into the edge of the Cercle box. Just wheels around and plays it back to Cammy Devlin. Adam Forrester on the overlap, but the ball comes to Danda, who drives from distance. It bounced awkwardly. Maxime Delangle was always behind it. Good opportunity for Hearts early on. Could Danda have given that ball out wider? Did he only have one thing on his mind there, Neil?
Yeah, I think it opened up for him, and he's capable. We know he's got ability from long distance, but he just sort of tries to move it up and down, doesn't quite catch it sweet, but a really good passage of play, good link-up play involving Shankland, Danda, Vargas. It's been a bright start from Hearts, I have to say, in the second 45.
Hearts have shown that under Neil Critchley. There can be some really tidy, neat link and build-up play from them. It's just that final product that they've not had so far. Of course, the goal against Celtic was actually a bit of individual brilliance from Mr. Drama, who's not registered for this competition. So Hearts missing him tonight.
And penalised for not having the right amount of homegrown players in your squad as well, not allowed to name the full quota.
There you go. Now I wonder if Mr. Drama could have been even pushing for a start. He certainly, I think, would be involved after scoring that goal against Celtic at the weekend. Malachi Boateng tries to play it to Danda, who goes down in his own half. Hearts free kick. 47 minutes gone. Cercle Brugge 1, Hearts 0.
And Hearts shooting into the end where all their fans are as well.
Yeah.
They'll be getting a big lift. But I think if it stays like this, Andrew, I think 15, 20 minutes, Neil Critchley will start to make changes. He'll know himself that there's an opportunity here.
Certainly will, and I think Derek McInnes felt that for Kilmarnock. There was a missed opportunity right at the start of the season for them to progress in the Europa League against Cercle Brugge. There was that 1-1 draw at Rugby Park and then a 1-0 loss here at the Jan Breydel Stadium, which all came from a bit of misconcentration at the back for Kilmarnock. Allowed Thibaut Somers to score that night. It seems like a long time ago now. His Hearts have a throw on the far side.
It's a lot warmer then, Andrew. Light nights. You play golf till 9 o'clock. Now it's 3 o'clock and it's dark.
James Penrice taking the throw there. Well dealt with by Cercle Brugge. Hearts maybe just lacking that physical threat up front at the moment with Vargas and Shankland. Vargas has done well. There's a mistake at the back from Forrester. Frankie Kent in to clean up, does well. And Shankland has the ball pinched from his toes. Cammy Devlin then commits the foul. Again, just a little slack from the Hearts captain there.
Yeah, same boy gets the chest as well that Penrice hit in the first half. He's taken another one from Cammy Devlin. I think Lawrence Shankland needs to get his body in front, but they're quite aggressive when the ball goes into feet. For Hearts, they're trying to hit the forward areas. The back line of Cercle Brugge is really aggressive, get nice and tight, touch tight, and try and get turnovers from it.
And obviously, Lawrence Shankland is such a key player to the way the Hearts play, but this goal drought, you know, if Neil Critchley is able to bring in a striker in January, is that Shankland's place under pressure?
I think it's competition is what every club needs, and it should have been in the summer. That's what should have happened. Someone should have come in. It was so obvious that they needed another striker.
paying the price now, Hearts. You can see Blair Spittle is the top scorer this season, with just 3 goals. And I wonder if Neil Critchley will already be thinking of turning to the former Motherwell man, as Hearts win the throw on the far side. Jan Danda, who is occasionally the sacrificial lamb for Hearts if it's not all going well.
Yeah, you would think. For me, it would be Devlin and Danda for Spittle and Beningame.
Devlin did pick up a knock in the first half. He seems to have recovered sufficiently. Cercle do well to get the ball forward. This could be a chance. Thibaut Sommers works it back. Maybe Francis, but it doesn't pay off. And Alan Forrest able to bring the ball away. Herring away from the defenders, and this is a brilliant run from Forrest again. He gets the ball to Danda. Vargas is there on the left-hand side of the box, going up against his defender, tries to wriggle through a gap, just doesn't work for the Costa Rican. It goes out for a Hearts throw on the far side, but more direct running from Alan Forrest there.
Great run from Forrest, really positive, driving towards the penalty box. I mean, the one thing about the Bruges players, they don't give up, they work back. You're saying then about the youth of their side. They've certainly got legs that they can get up and down, and they do really make a real effort and try to get bodies back when they're under a counter-attack, but just that little bit of quality, maybe a quicker pass, a release of a pass, just to take that out.
Cercle Brugge coming away with the ball on the left-hand side after Adam Forster's pass was picked off. Done well to skip away from a challenge before trying to find Alan Forrest, just didn't work. Cercle won a throw just in front of the dugouts. It's been a mixed bag for Adam Forster tonight. A couple of really important blocks, but of course he is in the book. Daniel Oyegoke on the bench. And he started the last 2 games at right back as Cercle play through the lines. This is a good chance. Augusto tries to play it low. Kai Rolls, important block, turns it behind for a corner. But Hearts' defence just quite easily dissected there.
Yeah, it's a lovely run by Augusto there. He runs off, he rolls initially into Kent's area, and then Kai Rolls does the right thing. He protects that front post area, gets the block. But again, this, as I said, this is where Hearts are vulnerable. Set plays against the line-up along the 6-yard box, zonal marking, and then the smaller guys pick up their bigger guys. But it gives them a run on it. It's always a worry for me, that.
Delivery in now to the front post, flicked on. It's headed away. Magny scoops it back into the air. Kai Rolls with an important header. Vargas flicks on, and it's chipped back into the area. Brunner was herring after it, but Craig Gordon there. He tries to start a quick attack with the throw out to Kenneth Vargas. He just takes a touch and slows the play down a little. Plays it back. You could see the attacking intent there from Craig Gordon with that throw, as the ball comes all the way back to the Scotland goalkeeper. Rolls under a bit of pressure. Penrice.
You can see, Alan, what you're talking about the difference between Beningame and Devlin. They're trying to build from the back, but Devlin doesn't really want to go and take it there. He's no interest. Boateng is decent, but Beningame is the one player that will start attacks for him from a deeper position, because they're getting opportunities to play out.
Yeah, he's a lot more comfortable with his back to goal than Cammy Devlin's brilliant industry, puts himself about, stops a lot of stuff, but when you're looking to create, it's difficult for him.
Let's have a throw on the left. Kenneth Vargas wins it. Cercle not happy. Mavic went down after a challenge from Lawrence Shankland, an aerial battle. We'll have another look at it here. Shankland just leaning into the Cercle centre-back. Nothing given, it's a Hearts throw in the meantime.
He maybe stood on his foot as he went to turn.
An accident.
Yeah.
Mavic has been in the wars of late. He's only just back into the side after missing a few games with injury. He would have been a real loss for them. They only named 6 outfield players on the bench. They can name plenty more. Cercle come forward, it's well dealt with.
I tell you, I'm glad that he chose that option. It was a really good turn, but he tried to thread the needle there, and he had a really easy pass to Sommer, who burst wide, and then Hearts were in all sorts of bother.
Hearts win the throw on the near side, and Forrest just caught after. Malachi Boateng did well to feed the winger. Hearts still 1-0 down against Cercle Brugge after 54 minutes. Adam Forrester doing well. And that's nice, neat link-up play again as Boateng then decides to go long. Vargas after it. He's been a real nuisance to the Cercle backline so far this evening, but it doesn't pay off that time.
He has, Andrew, but the goal scorer, I'm just saying about his work rate, he's up and down. 3-4-3 virtually they play, but he's back, he's up, he's obviously scored already, Fikeli, and he's really important.
Here goes Paris Brunner for Cercle, up against Forrester. He picks out a good pass. It looked like a good pass anyway to Thibaut Sommers, but it's just a little too far in front. The ball comes out to the touchline. Instead, any momentum in that attack just removed, but Cercle have threatened on the counter a couple of times in this half as Hearts just threw a few more bodies forward, looking to find that equaliser.
They've just picked the wrong pass at the wrong time.
Francis into De Vilda. Clipped ball over to Gary Manu, who's got plenty of room on the right-hand side. Clipped ball in, free header, just wide from Thibaut Sommers. Huge chance for Cercle Brugge to make it 2-0, but Thibaut Sommers' header goes just the wrong side of the post as Craig Gordon watched helplessly on.
What a ball it is as well. He's just got goal side of Cammy Devlin. Penrice has maybe put him off. Maybe just caught the corner of his eye, but I tell you, he's up early. And he'll be watching this later on and saying that this is a real chance. I think James Penrice maybe just puts him off ever so slightly.
Huge opportunity for Cercle. Thibaut Sommers so close that time. The Cercle Brugge captain almost doubling his side's lead. That would have been a real blow for any chance Hearts would have had taking anything from this game, but as it is, they have a free kick in the Cercle half after Cammy Devlin goes down under the challenge of Abu Francis, the Ghanaian international. This will be another opportunity for Frankie Kent and Kai Rolls, I'm sure, to head up the pitch, try and get on the end of this set piece. Neil Critchley watching on, arms folded. As we approach the hour mark, his side still trailing. Of course, Hearts will know that they can rely on that game against Petro Cub, where a win is expected. The game tonight certainly looked like a good chance on paper. Try and leave Belgium with a point or more. Copenhagen, you'd imagine, would be a harder ask, although they were 29th at the start of play this evening. Hearts just trying to run a little set-piece move there that was held up by the referee's whistle. Ball now comes in, but it's not the best. As Devlin goes up against Brunner, wins the ball. And it's worked out to the left-hand side. The cross comes in again. Flicked on, could drop nicely. It does drop to Forrest. Brilliant save, De Lange. And that was a real chance for Hearts. The ball still alive. Shankland works it back to Devlin. Onto his left foot. Just clips it in. It's flicked on. Vargas drops on the left foot. De Lange saves again. And the ball just falls into the Belgians' arms. But Hearts, after that scare in front of goal just a moment or two ago, as Craig Gordon watched Thibaut Sommers' header drift wide, they go very close themselves. Alan Forrest drilling an effort at goal before Kenneth Vargas has one flicked away again.
That's a brilliant hit from Forrest. He catches it lovely. Good save, good height for the keeper as well. And then the second effort comes in. Vargas is unlucky, he's on his left foot. The goalie just gets a good right arm to it, and eventually the ball drops into the back. But you know, real opportunities there for Hearts as they're going to make a couple of changes.
It looks like Daniel Oyegoke and Blair Spittle coming on. So you're half right, Alan.
Forrest have been on a yellow, so that makes sense.
I think we've seen Jan Danda come off as well. I'd be absolutely stunned if this isn't Adam Forrester coming off. There, off he trudges. So Danda and Forrester off. Daniel Oyegoke and Blair Spittle on. Blair Spittle, like I say, Hearts' top scorer this season. Only 3 goals, right enough, but he has been a threat.
Well, the evidence is there that all the best chances that Hearts have created have come from the wide areas. This team do not defend crosses all that well. So they just need to keep on trying to get into those final third entries into the wider positions and don't mess about, don't wait, just put the balls in, ask some questions.
And Hearts have had those chances. Shanklin in the first half, Devlin and Forrest both catching crosses very sweetly that have been either blocked or saved. Vargas going close as well. They have been knocking on the door. They've just been a little profligate in front of goal. Need to find that clinical edge once more as we hit the hour mark with Cercle Brugge 1-0 ahead at the Jan Bredel Stadium. And there will be Cercle out making some changes as well. One of them is Edgaras Utkus, I can tell you that much. I imagine he'll come on to try and shore up that defence, a Lithuanian international. And he replaces Christian Ravic, number 66, who has been in the wars today. He's been playing right in the centre of that back three for Cercle Brugge. He takes his time in coming off as well, making sure every inch of the ground is applauded before he departs. Edgaras Utkus replaces him. And it looks like the goal scorer, Malamin Efekele, just have another look at that goal as well. It really does just, I think he hits it off his left, onto his right shin. Craig Gordon completely caught out by it, really unlucky. Efekele will depart. He's replaced by Minda. Alan Minda, an Ecuadorian winger. So I wonder if there might be a change of shape as well. Efekele, traditionally more of an attacker as well. He's kind of been playing at right wing back tonight. And that's maybe where Cercle Brugge have looked weakest, is down the flanks. As Hearts flick the ball on Vargas. And Shanklin just couldn't get the ball out from under his feet. He's cutting a frustrated figure as Vargas tracks back and wins the ball. It's played down the left for Hearts now. Brilliant play from Penrice. Vargas is free if he can find him. Forrest is at the back post. Vargas goes himself, and it's a simple save for De Lange in the Cercle Brugge goals. Alan Forrest with the freedom of Bruges at the back post, but Vargas went himself.
Just couldn't pick his head up. You're right, if he just looks to his right-hand side, Forrest, there's no one within 15 yards of him. And you think if he squares it as a tap-in, but young centre-forward trying to atone himself for what was said, tries to score. He's unlucky.
Brilliant ball in behind to try and find Vargas. Utkus immediately under pressure, and he has to put the ball behind for a goal kick as Kenneth Vargas tries to G up that travelling support. Like I say, at least 3,000 Hearts fans there who are currently trying to suck the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah, those wide areas, again, just Pepper and Penrice for that chance for Vargas. Brilliant rampage and run down that side, and really good awareness to get his head up and pick out Vargas in the box.
This is a good chance now for Hearts. The in-swinging corner goes to the back post. Frankie Kent's up there, it's flicked on. It looked to be a Cercle Brugge head, but it will be a goal kick instead. Kenneth Vargas has had a really lively night. He's been involved in almost everything good that Hearts have done, but he'll want a goal or an assist at least to...
Corner.
Yeah, it's a corner.
All
looks
day
like
long.
a clear corner, doesn't it?
Augusto, because well, I think it's hit him, isn't it?
Frankie Kent not happy with that decision, and you can see why. Kenneth Vargas, like you say, will need a goal or an assist, really. That's what strikers are judged on these days. It has to be those two specific stats. As Shanklin flicks the ball on, Vargas trying to get in behind. Good pace from Diakite, who almost goes down under pressure, wins the free kick anyway. Vargas can't believe it. Cercle Brugge bailed out a little there, I think. Maybe just a clash of feet, if I'm being kind to the referee.
He trips himself up. Actually clips his own heels. Stephen Presley used to be brilliant at that.
I know. Used to fall on top of the ball, yeah. Used to wind people up for fun.
I think it's fair to say Christoph Berra and John Sutter probably learned that from Stephen Presley as well. Neil Critchley deep in discussion with Liam Fox. The Hearts bench, Liam Fox, of course, who was in charge when Hearts got that win out in Azerbaijan against Dinamo Minsk. That's the only time they've come from behind to win this season. They've only come from behind to draw twice. That was against Ross County and Hibs. maybe not the best signs for Hearts fans out there, not the best stats. There's a throw on the far side. Blair Spittle blocks and Thibaut Somers tries to play it quickly.
You just wonder if he looks at his bench again. Wilson, as I touched on before the start of the game, Boyce hasn't played a minute under him yet. Would he get on? Barry Mackay, wider area again.
Daniel Oyegoke flirting with danger there. Under pressure from Alan Minda as Lawrence Shanklin wins the free kick when the ball's clipped forward. George Grant, Barry Mackay, James Wilson, Liam Boyce, all the kind of attacking changes that Neil Critchley could turn to. He's already brought on Blair Spittle and Daniel Oyegoke. And Danda and Adam Forrester. The ball comes to Boateng, almost played back to Blair Spittle. Just agonisingly out of reach for the Hearts midfielder. As Boateng plays it back to Kai Rolls. Gary Devlin just clips it over to Daniel Oyegoke. Steps inside and again, and just knocks it back. Oyegoke, who has gotten on the score sheet this season in that 4-0 win against St Mirren, Neil Critchley's game, first game in charge. As Hearts head coach is James Penrice now tries to get down the left again. He's just crowded out, and Hearts have to recycle the ball. It comes all the way back to Frankie Kent on the halfway line.
Good wee spell of possession though. They've really been patient as well. They're trying to be penetrative, but and if it's not on, they're coming out, working it round the other side.
That time Oyegoke forced back after Alan Forrest's run was well read by the Cercle Brugge defenders. And it's back to Boateng. Devlin. Just able to get a yard or two more space in this half, Cammy Devlin. In the middle of the pitch, but the ball still just sideways for the moment for Hearts. They're being really patient and waiting for the ball, and Blair Spittle now plays it to Penrice. A little much on it. Penrice saves the ball, but he can't pick out the Hearts man as Vargas commits the foul in the Cercle box. And he might get a talking to from the referee as well here.
It's really poor from Blair Spittle. It's an easy one. Just roll it down the line. Really good run by Penrice again. He's got acres of space. He just has to take care of his pass. Over hits it.
Kenneth Vargas just a frustrated challenge there, maybe a forwards challenge as well, as he catches Ibrahim Diakite. He'll just get the talking to, that's all. Just spotted a Santa hat in the Hearts away end there as well. A little bit early for that, still November, isn't it?
Can see it, but still cold. Probably the warmest thing he can get his hands on, maybe.
I'm just waiting on Saturday when we can say that it's an early Christmas present when somebody makes a mess of something. As soon as we're in December, surely we're allowed to say that.
I think so. I think the first is probably cut off, isn't it? Well, 68 minutes gone now. Still Cercle Brugge leading Hearts 1-0 in the Conference League. I would take you through all the standings, but I'll be here all night and it's so liable to change in the next two match days. Copenhagen and Petrocub still to come as Daniel Oyegoke wins the ball on the near side, takes it off the toes of Gary Mannion, tries to play it round the defender and wins the throw, but it's been good from Daniel Oyegoke. Real attacking intent since he's come on. Of course, playing without the freedom of a yellow card that Adam Forrester had. Hearts working it to both the full-backs. Coast to coast at the moment. Frankie Kent back on the edge of his own box. Just hesitated with that pass to Daniel Oyegoke, who has gone over the top looking for Forrest. Shankland was free in the middle if Forrest could have controlled the ball. He's won a throw anyway.
That's the ball though, because the two well, they're effectively wing backs, 3-4-3. Those wide boys, when the ball goes towards the fullback, they're just jumping, which is leaving the channel open. So if your first movement towards the ball and spin, it's on.
The Hearts fans frustrated there. Alan Forrest looked like he'd found Lawrence Shanklin in the box, and Shanklin just holding off the defender behind him, but forgot about the midfielder who was tracking back, Abu Francis. Cercle able to clear, but they clear straight out of play, and Hearts have the throw again. Devlin playing it across to Penrice. And the last 10 or so minutes have all kind of followed a real similar pattern, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's gone from one side to the other. Hearts have had a lot of possession. They'll be hoping that they can turn this into chances and goals. but they've certainly been the better side in the second half.
Spittle needs to get himself going. He's given the ball about 4 or 5 times. He's just not got up to speed yet.
And it's allowed Cercle the opportunity to get in behind. Here's Paris Brunner up against Frankie Kent. Works it onto his left, keeps the ball, gets the shot away. And Craig Gordon, an important leg. The ball goes high into the sky, and then Gordon able to deliver. But that all came from a loose pass from Blair Spittle. Cercle threatening a second, and we saw in the first half how they can sting you. As Penry skips away, then tries to play that ball over the top. Forrest able to gather. Boateng made the run, but rather half-heartedly, and now Forrest gives the ball away. And here comes Cercle Brugge. Frankie Kent mopping up and keen to just keep the ball as well as he tries to drive forward. It's a loose touch, he flies into the challenge. And it's just going to be a yellow card for Frankie Kent. The defender trying to stride out from the back, took far too big a touch, flew into the challenge, and he goes into the book.
How many times do you see that when a player takes a heavy touch, then he chases and gets desperate? Abita, Saturday, Joe Newell at Tannadice. You see it all the time when they take a heavy touch to then chase it.
He's a lucky boy, Alan. I know he gets a little bit of the ball, but what's probably saved him there is that he's very, very low.
There's no signs of studs really either. He's really
he's going in with his toe almost. He's obviously been switched on and thinking, right, I can't go in with the sole of the boot here because I'm off the pitch, but he's frustrated with himself, Frankie Kent.
There's 2 Cercle Brugge changes as well. And Van der Bruggen coming on alongside Lawrence Agui-Kume. It's Nils de Wilde off. And Felipe Augusto. There has been an attacking threat for Cercle, so Hearts might be quite relieved to see the back of him. As Frankie Kent goes into the book for that challenge. And again, it's just been that final touch, that final ball, the final shot that has evaded Hearts tonight. Really, that's been a problem for them all season. That's why they find themselves so far down the table. As Selemanyange thinks he's fouled by Daniel Oyegoke. The referee doesn't agree.
He's just more physical, Oyegoke. That's as simple as that.
Oyegoke will keep the throw, takes it back up the pitch. Well, we've got news of some changes for Hearts. Brian McLaughlin, you can tell us all about it.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple of changes made. It looks like Barry Mackay is going to be coming on along with James Wilson, the teenager. Now, just 2 nights ago, James Wilson was playing an under-18 game for Hearts against St Mirren. And here he is with 17 minutes left to play to try and find a way for Hearts to get back into this tie here in Bruges.
Thank you very much, Brian. Well, James Wilson was on the bench against Heidenheim and against Ammonia Nicosia. Didn't come on, but he will be thrown on now. He came on against Victoria Pilsen at Tynecastle in the 1-0 defeat. This is his first appearance in European competition proper. As Cercle try and flick the ball past Daniel Oyegoke, doesn't work, and Malachi Boateng wins the free kick. And James Wilson has impressed in the little cameos that he's made. But maybe an indication of where Hearts are, and we'll see who comes off as well. A real vote of confidence from Neil Critchley and James Wilson, 17 years old. I pointed this stat out on social media before, but Craig Gordon, I think, had 19 Scotland caps when James Wilson was born. They're going to be teammates tonight again, as Malachi Boateng is replaced by Barry Mackay. And James Wilson is going to come on for Kenneth Vargas, who, well, you couldn't fault his endeavour this evening, but just didn't have that end product.
No, not at all, but you just wonder, what does Mackay do? Spittle come in one, Mackay go wide in the left.
It certainly looks
that's
to be the case.
I thought Vargas was a threat all evening. I just wondered whether keeping him in the pitch and maybe Forrest coming off, but it's the manager's decision. He's going with it.
And I thought Boateng for Devlin would have been a better one as well. Well, Devlin's done all right, you know, but
he's done brilliantly there, winning the ball back. Cercle have the ball back with their own keeper, and time is running out for Hearts to try and find an equaliser. 75 minutes on the clock as Cercle come forward. Paris Brunner, the 18-year-old, shifts onto his right, gets the shot away, and just past Craig Gordon's right-hand post. Not far away at all from Paris Brunner, having a go from distance. He has been a real threat for Cercle tonight. Just got the better of Kai Rolls there and flashed his shot wide.
Yeah, looks a class player, really does.
Yeah.
Lovely feet, setting up the angle for the shot, and that's no more than, what, 2 feet wide. Really good effort. Craig Gordon, I think, has got it covered, but really good feet by him.
He's claiming for a corner, and he might have had a point. We were watching replays coming in there. He might have had a case for a corner, but yeah, he looks a real good prospect. Strong, powerful, actually very, very physical in terms of how he plays his game, in terms of his pace he wants to go at, prepared to run at people, but physically and quite imposing.
Still only 18 years old. He was compared to Youssoufa Moukoko at Dortmund for his goal-scoring feats at youth level, but he was suspended indefinitely by the club. Some disciplinary problems. Joined Monaco in the summer for, I think, €4 million, and finally getting his chance tonight. He looks to be a really promising player. Another really promising player, James Wilson, who's just won a free kick for Hearts. High up the pitch, getting the better of Sena Miange. Hearts have a chance to clip this ball into the box. Barry Mackay with the free kick duties. Six minutes gone. Cercle Brugge 1, Hearts 0. Frankie Kent and Kai Rolls will be up for this again. Mackay to deliver. Comes into the middle of the area. Cercle get it away. Alan Forrest out to Devlin. Hearts will just rebuild this time. Daniel Oyegoke out to Spittle. This time his pass is good to find Alan Forrest. But he's got 3 defenders with him, and he's done incredibly well there to win the corner.
He has done well, as you rightly said, Andrew. He's got 3 players coming, trying to win the ball back. He knocks it down the line, gets a corner. All the bodies are already up from the free kick. You need good quality coming in here.
You certainly do. Well, Hearts' first ever European match took place on Belgian soil. That was a historic night. Can they make history again with a couple of late goals? With this corner, it will be Penrice to deliver. Comes into the middle, it's well dealt with. Comes out to Forrest, just clipped back in, bouncing around. James Wilson shouting for handball. The referee not interested. And another chance goes begging for Hearts. As the ball is clipped out to the right, Forrest does really well to keep that in and plays a brilliant 1-2. Just tried to get the ball in behind, but Sena Miange makes a really important tackle, because there was a Hearts player free in behind there. I think it might have been James Wilson.
Yeah.
Miange had to get that right. He certainly did.
Just getting checked for the penalty.
Could well be. As Wilson flicked it on.
His hand's beside his body. I don't think it's a penalty. I wondered whether the first header saying that is, I mean, it's
his arm's out a little bit.
Maybe
harsh.
Fraction away. I think this would be really harsh. I was looking at the flick on there from Kai Rolls.
Does that fall into the you've seen them given category?
I don't think it's a penalty. I think if they give a penalty for this, it's really, really harsh.
Well, the play has been held up as the VAR has a look at this. The referee, Elchin Masiev, still out in the middle of the pitch. Pascal Muller is
I think
the VAR.
He's asking for the initial one, the flick on one as well.
That's the one I was drawn to. I was drawn to the Kai Rolls. I wondered whether it came off the arm and that.
So the analysis team that Hearts will have there, they'll see this in front of them. Neil Critchley will be told it's probably the first one, the actual flick on, and not the second one with Wilson.
Well, like I say, there is a potential penalty check.
Have a look.
And Elchin Masiev, the Azerbaijani referee, is coming across to have a look at this.
We know the outcome of these more often than not when they come and have a look.
Let's have a look at the first one if we get to see it again, because I think that's the one that Neil Critchley's talking about.
It's that one there, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His hands up.
Yeah.
So Kai Rolls has jumped for it.
That's a penalty. His hand has no need to be there, so I think this will be given.
Yeah, the first one is certainly the one with Wilson, no, but that is a penalty. His hand's in an unnatural position there.
So it's the defender who's jumping behind Kai Rolls.
Is that not the big sub? Is that not the Utkas?
Yeah,
he's just come on.
Maybe.
And a penalty has been given. Hearts have a lifeline. And surely this will be Lawrence Shankland from the spot, with a chance not only to get Hearts back into this game, but with a chance to end his goal-scoring drought.
Come on, Shanks. It's about time he gets a wee bit of luck. This is a brilliant opportunity.
Yeah, it is a penalty.
It is the correct decision, and it is the big sub that came on, the big Lithuanian centre-back.
Edgaras Utkas, the offender. And he can have no real complaints over that. Clearly strikes his wrist as he jumps for the header. But here's the chance, Lawrence Shankland from 12 yards to level this game, to end his own personal goal-scoring drought up against Maxime Delanga in front of the Hearts fans in Bruges. Here he goes. Missed! Lawrence Shankland misses!
Wow.
The drought continues. Hearts remain behind. And Lawrence Shankland looks to the skies. He can't believe it. He skies the penalty. And Hearts' lifeline is wasted in Bruges. Cercle continue to lead.
So it's a fair height over as well. He's trying to hit the top corner. Leaning back.
He's trying to smash it high, isn't he, into the roof of the net. And I mean, it does go over the bar. I really feel for him because you can see he's hurting there. What an opportunity going for Hearts.
His jersey clenched between his teeth. He just looks like he wants the ground to swallow him up, Lawrence Shankland. Just one goal this season. And he won't be handed too many better opportunities as Cercle Brugge win the ball on the edge of the Hearts box. It's Brunner with the drive off the bar. And Cercle almost punish Hearts to full effect as Paris Brunner rattles the crossbar. But it stays 1-0 to Cercle Brugge. Hearts still just about in this.
There they are, 8 minutes to go. What a couple of minutes of action we've had. It's a wonderful hit for Brunner. Hits the top of the crossbar.
Well, Lawrence Shankland.
I know he's wanting to take it. He's the captain, he's a goal scorer, but you know, it's a big ask to ask a kid at Wilson to take it. I always like my strikers to take them because that's what they do for a living. They put the ball in the back of the net.
I mean, I wouldn't have gone to anyone else there, Alan. And you can see he had to wait a long time as well.
He did have to wait a long time.
I tell you what, though,
his spot, it was well over.
Yes, you're right, Andrew. But I tell you, keep an eye out for this kid, Brunner. I think we'll be seeing him somewhere big in the future. He looks a real class act. I think he's been the best player in the pitch tonight in terms of how dangerous he's looked.
Well, he joined in the summer. He's only started once. He's come off the bench 5 times. Like I say, with Cercle losing their main man, Kevin Denke, in December, I'd be surprised if Paris Brunner isn't the man to replace him. If this has been his audition tonight, he's not scored, but he's done brilliantly. As Alan Forrest tries to get the ball into James Wilson, it's a loose pass though, and Cercle growing in confidence, and the momentum really has swung back to the hosts. Hearts doing everything they can to try and find a leveller. As the ball comes down the left, it's a brilliant pass to Penrice. He's into the box. He tries to pick out a man in the middle. Shankland! The header's wide. Well, that looked destined for the back of the net. But it goes the wrong side of the post for Lawrence Shankland. In fact, does that even maybe clip the post? I think it might do. Brilliant play down the left from Hearts. Penrice with the ball in, picks out Shankland perfectly. And I think that might just come off the post.
I'm not sure, Andrew, but I tell you, the run from Penrice was absolutely brilliant. I'm saying about maybe Brunner has been the top player on the pitch tonight. I think Penrice is maybe running close, but he's been superb. But again, Shankland, you can see he's just riddled with that kind of self-doubt. You know, what have I got to do to hit the back of the net? Because he runs brilliant, he gets plenty on it.
Well, there's been a change for Cercle Brugge, the teenager that we've been talking about, Paris Brunner. He is replaced by Kazim Lagbe, who you might remember from his little spell at Ross County and from his goal against Kilmarnock. As the ball comes over to Lagbe, Craig Gordon has to come out, and he's brave. He wins the ball first time. Hearts win the throw in their own half. 85 minutes on the clock. Cercle Brugge 1, Hearts 0. Hearts who've now missed this penalty to try and rescue a point in Belgium. But it doesn't look to be the case. Time against them now. And of course it was Lawrence Shankland who missed that penalty. His drought continues. I was about to say that would be goal number 61 for Hearts, 61 days after he scored his last goal for them. I had my stats ready to go, but
still time, there's still time.
Well, maybe I'll get to use it. We'll see. The Cercle Brugge fans now in full voice as they try and encourage their side to a crucial European win. Get their season back up and running. As the ball goes out on the far side. And we're going to have the final Hearts change.
The lesser spotted.
A man who's not played under Neil Critchley, number 27, Liam Boyce.
Is he taking Shankland off? Surely not.
Well, it's Alan Forrest who comes off. Well, that would have been a huge call had Lawrence Shankland come off. He's trusted with the final few minutes as Liam Boyce comes on. Yet to score this season, Liam Boyce. Of course, he has battled so hard to come back from injury. Hasn't started a game since that playoff loss to Victoria Pilsen at Tynecastle. Could he now come on and write himself back into Hearts folklore? As Hearts win a free kick deep inside their own half. Ball at the wrong end of the pitch for the Jambos at the moment. And it seems to, at the moment, be another case for Neil Critchley of decent performance but no result.
Yeah, second half I think they've been excellent. Obviously Brunner hits the bar. The Hearts have had chances in the second half.
Cammy Devlin.
I think it's just the way the season's gone, even under Stephen Naismith. You know, creating chances, just not scoring goals. And when you're on top in games, it always comes back to bite you.
And that's it, Alan. I think for Hearts fans certainly would say that the problems that were maybe there under Naismith are still there under Neil Critchley. He's not quite solved them yet.
No. And then there has to come a time when you say, OK, we're playing well, but we're still losing games. You know, that has to change.
Doesn't look like it's going to change tonight. 88 minutes on the clock now. And Cercle win the corner. And a second Cercle goal here would kill this game off completely.
I don't think Spittle's been to the pace of the game since he's come on.
He's just not got it. I thought the ball was out there. I thought that was a goal kick to Hearts.
Spittle, who's been almost ever present. In fact, he has been ever present in the starting lineup since Neil Critchley's arrived. Dropped onto the bench today. Just hasn't quite met the pace of the game. He gives away that corner. Gary Magny will try and swing in. As Liam Boyce gets an early talking to from the referee up against Edgaras Utkus. Cercle Brugge taking their time over this one, unsurprisingly. Ball now delivered all the way to the back post. Kai rolls with the header. Cercle Brugge get the ball in, it comes out. Craig Gordon makes the save, it's driven back in, and it's in! Cercle Brugge do have the second goal. The goal that kills off this game as a contest, and it's Gary Magny with it. It's driven back in. It comes off Daniel Oyegoke once again. Craig Gordon is wrong-footed, and Cercle Brugge go 2-0 up on Hearts in the 89th minute. And the Jambos will head back to Edinburgh empty-handed.
It's a great save from Craig Gordon initially, but then you're right again, slight deflection of Oyegoke beats Craig Gordon. He's going to his left, the ball goes slightly to the right. Initially it was decent enough, good header out, set back, hit, great save initially, but then this is a wonderful hit and it hits Oyegoke in the chest, and Craig Gordon's already got his weight going one way and the ball goes the other. Really unlucky, the keeper.
Yeah, 2 fortunate goals for Cercle tonight, and there was a wee shot of Lawrence Shankland again, head in his hands. It's going to be a lonely flight home for Lawrence. He might have people sitting next to him, but he'll be inside his own head, his own thoughts. It's been a night, it could have been so great for Hearts, and it's just not worked out.
Certainly hasn't. Cammy Devlin caught in the midfield as Hearts desperately try and rescue something, and he's let off a bit there, tried to play that free kick quickly. It was intercepted, but the referees pulled it back. 4 minutes of an additional time for Hearts to pull off the miraculous, but it's really slipped away from them. They've not been able to make the possession, the territorial dominance count. 2 deflected goals. Cercle Brugge ahead is Gary Magny.
And I think the annoying thing for Neil Critchley is they're not a good side. They're not, you know. We've seen a proper side last night in Bruges playing against Celtic, but this one tonight they're not a good side.
And does it remind you, Alan, of perhaps the Heidenheim game where Hearts had plenty of spells of possession, but again couldn't make it count and once again fell to a 2-0 loss? Yeah, but I think Heidenheim are a far better side than Cercle Brugge. You know, I've not seen anything tonight with the exception of young Brunner that you would think, you know, they're a class side. They've been having poor results domestically as well.
Yeah.
So I think Hearts will see this as a missed opportunity. They've still got 2 games left. Copenhagen will be a tough one. Petro Cubs are one that they've got to try and focus on.
Well, Cercle Brugge coming forward again. Magny picking out his man Thibaut Summers at the back post, a gentle header into the arms of Craig Gordon. But at the moment it looks more like Cercle could get a third rather than Hearts get a goal to set up a tense finale. Like we say, this game could have been so different had Lawrence Shankland hit the target from the penalty spot.
I think it shows you though, Andrew, what, you know, for Neil Critchley, he's come in, he's something to work with the players he's got, but it shows you they need pace, real pace in the wider areas, and they need another, I think, 2 strikers actually. James Wilson, great ball to find Liam Boyce. He tries to pick out his man in the middle, almost came to James Wilson, it's cleared into the air, headed away. Spittle trying to find Boyce again. This time Cercle do deal with it, but good play from young James Wilson, linking up with the veteran Liam Boyce, and it almost created an opportunity for Hearts. Half chance, little half chance.
Oyegoke, poor ball, easily cut out. Cercle come up the left-hand side. This could be the chance. Minda takes Oyegoke inside. Brilliant ball to find Alagbé. Flicked round the corner for Summers, who goes down. Big shouts for a penalty, waved away. We've only got a minute of this one left. Cercle Brugge 2, Hearts 0. At the moment it looks like the score will stay that way as Hearts counter. Plenty of tired bodies out here. Penrice has it. He looks for the cross. Shankland lays off to Boyce. Laid off again to Spittle. It comes to Wilson. Hearts hesitant to get the shot away. Wilson on the edge of the box. Tries to clip in, wins a corner. But the offside flag goes up. But that was another real chance and almost a microcosm of Hearts' season there, I think. They just didn't want to get that shot away.
Yeah, that's it. It's exactly it, Andrew. Hearts are all right, 2/3 of the park, and it's in that final third, the most important third in a game of football. They've just been struggling.
We'll get another look at that Thibaut Summers foul in the box, nothing given. The Cercle Brugge fans now in loud voice. I'm sure the Hearts fans who have travelled out to Bruges won't be too disheartened by the scoreline. I'm sure they're having a lot of
time. They won't be. They're having a great time, but trust me, they'll be disheartened.
Minda skipping inside. He's been brilliant since he's come on. He's got a chance now. Can he get the ball away? No, he can't. Frankie Kent gets an important foot. And we are past the 94th minute as Barry Mackay comes forward and loses the ball. And there is the full-time whistle in the end. Hearts succumb to another European defeat in the Conference League. Malamine Ekefele's first half scuff had Cercle Brugge ahead in Belgium. Hearts pushed, and it looked like they were going to find their equaliser from the penalty spot. Lawrence Shankland skying his spot kick over the bar, and Cercle Brugge punishing Hearts to full effect. Gary Magny driving a volley past Craig Gordon with the help of a big deflection off Daniel Oyegoke. It finished at the Jan Bredel Stadium. Cercle Brugge 2, Heart of Midlothian 0.
Hearts in